Alright, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the year-end award winners to be announced. Some categories got more than 3 nominations, if you will, so I'm going to give you the top 3 for each. So we're going to get into it here in just a little bit. I'll let some people get in here and what have you. So, yes indeed, yes indeed. Make sure my get this shared out to a couple places so people know we're live, in case they don't know. Make sure my cool. Ed Ritter and the KO King have arrived. I will share this even on Skype. That's what I'm gonna do. Boom, boom. Hopefully people will tune in. The year-end award winning ceremonies, if you will. We're going to be doing the Hall of Fame shortly after this, so you guys know. So we got the year-end awards. I'm posting that on the live links now. So there's that post. Man, it's crazy. Don't have COVID toe today. Fucking COVID toe. I can't believe the man said COVID toe. There's something wrong with Aaron Rodgers. Such a smart ass is all that was. Just being a dick. I think it's hilarious. I wonder where YouTube though gets these damn URL links from. Like, holy shit, look at the URL. .com, and then it says /watch !v equals 0wi2fsl hyphen wvc in capitals and lower cases in there. Like, what the hell? How do they just randomly throw you a link like that? It's crazy. I don't fucking know. Now, I was just talking to Mr. KO King, ladies and gentlemen, and it turns out we have had quite a few people not register for the boards, although some of them who did not register told me they were going to. So I'm going to be a nice guy. I'm giving them until the end of Endgame to get it done. Once Endgame concludes, if you are not registered, you are going to have to be gone from the company. If you decide to register after Endgame, after we already said you had to register beforehand, it's going to have to go up for debate between myself, Ed, and Callum, as if we want to even let you stay. So that's how that's going to go. I know Callum's losing quite a bit of talent. But I don't want this whole company to fall apart just because we don't have enough talent. Because the fact of the matter is, if Callum loses all the guys he's losing, the company will change. It has no choice. Because it's not my fault, it's not Ed's fault, and it's not Callum's fault that people don't register. That's just the way it goes. You know, that's no one's blame but the person that's not registering. It's the only person to blame, the non-register. That's it. So, what's going on, gangsta? So as of right now, I'm losing 5 people from my roster as of right now. 5. And that sucks. Callum will be losing, if you count them as individuals, 14. 14, 2 of them are tag teams. You know, but like I said, they're not, like I said, they can't take the time to register. We really don't need them anyway. So, it's better that we don't have them. It's my opinion. But like I said, to make sure the company's strong, and then that's it. Because I'm not having these rosters separated. And what I mean by that, I don't want one roster to have 40 guys and another one have 28. That's bullshit. We got to play the game fair. We got to keep it right. We got to keep it even. Now, I've already gone out and done some recruiting. Lenny Love will be joining Inferno. Devin Brolski's returning to the company. He's going to be joining Inferno. So we got those going over there. Now, again, if he gets all these guys to register, then those two may have to go somewhere else. We have to figure that all out. So we're just going to figure things out as we go forward. Plus, with the shows like today, I'll learn real quick how important ICW is to people. I know people are at work. It's still Wednesday. Things like that. So I know people working today and tomorrow. I didn't want to do the show because of the holiday. So we're going to see what happens. But now that we are 6 minutes in, I will repeat what I'm going to do. It's the year-end awards that I'm going to discuss with you guys right now. I'm going to go over them. Again, some of the awards, when they came in, the voting, we got more than 3 people to vote. Or, well, 3 people were more than 3 were nominated. What's going on, Smokey? Like, take, for example, Ring Gear of the Year. I think I had like 8 or 9 different talents voted for, which was absolutely insane. And that was one of the most voted on awards that got the most amount of different individuals voted for, which was kind of nice to see. But I'm going to announce the 3rd place, 2nd place, and the winner. I'm not going to mention anyone else. So that's where we're going to take it. So I'm going to start here in just a minute. So everybody knows where we're at. I'm going to go over these awards, and then I'm going to end up posting them to the YouTube to the Pro Boards. I'm going to take it from there. I still can't believe tomorrow we're 2 years old. International Championship Wrestling is 2 years old tomorrow. Absolutely insane. It's insane that it's 2 years old tomorrow. Alright, ladies and gentlemen. Without further ado, since we're 7.5 minutes in, and we've only got 4 people, how nice. Allow me to go into the first award. The first award we're going to discuss is going to be the shock of the year. What was the most shocking moment of the year for International Championship Wrestling? In 3rd place. Well, like I said, Ed, we can fire everybody right now, but then we're going to have to move talent around. That's all we can do. Because if we don't, we're screwing the whole company over and the people who care. That's the problem with that. I'm okay with it. But like I said, you take a look at what Callum has on his roster, he's not going to have enough guys to have a competitive roster compared to what we've got. So we're going to have to send him some guys. You know, like I said, that's not his fault. But in any case, shock of the year. In 3rd place, it was the American Rebel. Turned out to become TNT. So a lot of people were shocked over the fact that American Rebel was TNT. Oh my God, Smokey. In 2nd place, JD Wright winning the World Heavyweight Championship. And winning shock of the year. Boy, how I wish this was not the winner, but it is. And that was Shakona passing away. So, Shakona passes away is the winner for shock of the year, because that absolutely, exactly. So it's shock to me. Still, that's why we're going to be doing Tour of the Orient Endgame here in just a little bit. So, holy smokes. So, shock of the year, Shakona passes away. Alright, moving on to Ring Gear of the Year. Boy, that's a rhyme. In 3rd place, the one above all, Curtis Cage. In 2nd place, the 5-card stud, Jeremy Rhodes. And the winner, I was like, wow, when I saw that he won, but some people must love what he's got going on. And that is Showtime Vernon Quinn. Showtime Vernon Quinn wins Ring Gear of the Year. And he had over 10 votes for Ring Gear of the Year, too. That's wild. Get all the fired guys' points. Is that what's happening? Oh, shit. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, moving on to Stable. Yeah. Stable of the Year. In third place, Crown Royalty. Now, I can understand Crown Royalty getting it because they were still very involved and predominant at the beginning of the year, so that makes sense. In second place, the Upper Echelon. And this was a close vote. And the winner of Stable of the Year will go to Second to None. What's going on, Bone Breaker? So, Second to None will win the Stable of the Year award. Alright. Now, moving on to Match of the Year. And I love all these votes for the top 3. Loved all these matches in the top 3. Big time loved these matches. Number 3. The Golden Ticket Hell in a Cell. Golden Ticket Hell in a Cell came in third. Number 2. At the No Surrender pay-per-view, Rick Blanchard versus the Gangster. And the winner of Match of the Year was the 60-minute Iron Man match between Damage and Shakona. So Damage versus Shakona, 60-minute Iron Man match wins Match of the Year. Alright. Now, it's Playtime Wrestling Federation. Now, Manager of the Year. 7 managers got votes. 7. But here is your top 3. In third place for Manager of the Year, The Professor. Even though he's also an in-ring talent, he's also the manager of Damage and Hangman. So he ended up with third place. In second place, Bobby Ace. And the winner of Manager of the Year, Mr. Yamashita. And it was close. Those 3 gentlemen were separated by 2 votes. All 3 of them. Which was freaking great. And the person who finished in 4th ended up being 1 point behind the Professor. And I don't care, I'll tell you, it happened to be Candy Vega. So, yeah, it was pretty close. So Manager of the Year was a very close situation. Alright, moving on to Heel of the Year. In third place, the one above all, Curtis Cage. In second place was Shakona. And the winner of Heel of the Year, doing it now 2 years in a row, the Enforcer, Rick Blanchard. And this was one of the biggest landslides of all the voting. He ran away with it. He completely ran away with the Heel of the Year award. There's no doubt about it. So it was one of the biggest separations in the whole game. Alright, now to Face of the Year. In third place, it was Feck. Feck goes to third place in Face of the Year. In second place for Face of the Year, Douglas Treefeather. I didn't even understand how he even got any votes to begin with, but he ended up getting second place. So I was like, alright, what am I missing? But the winner of Face of the Year, it still shocks me that this man won this. It's Powerhouse. Powerhouse wins Face of the Year. And I just, like I said, I'm still like, what? Oh man, so that just mind boggled me right there, to be honest. Alright. Yeah, exactly. Wow. Alright, moving on to Feud of the Year. In third place, you guys got to listen carefully how I say this. In third place, it was brand versus brand versus brand. And I'll tell you now, Ed was the first person to send me this particular vote, and I honestly thought nobody else was going to think about it. But I was wrong. It ended up getting the third place. And that is Chaos versus Inferno versus Worldwide as the third feud of the year, which was pretty freaking cool. In second place, the one above all, Curtis Cage versus Puerto Rican royalty, Jose Ortiz. And the winner of Feud of the Year goes to Damage vs. Shakona. Damage vs. Shakona had 2 more votes than Cage and Ortiz. So that was pretty close in that one as well. So congratulations again going out to all these winners so far. Now, this is a fun one right here. Tag Team of the Year. I only got 2 teams sent to me, ladies and gentlemen. 2. All the tag teams we have in this company, only 2 teams got votes. So when I tell you second place, you're immediately going to know who won if you know the company. In second place, the Jamaican Posse. The winner of Tag Team of the Year, the Purity Express. Still shocked that only 2 tag teams got Tag Team of the Year votes, but I also understood why. So that is your Tag Team of the Year, and that leads us to the last and final category, and that is Wrestler of the Year. And the Wrestler of the Year was very, very close. The winner had 2 more votes than second place. Second place only had 1 more vote than third place. So it was a tight vote. So all 3 of these guys I could see being Wrestler of the Year. So I'm glad these were the 3 based off what they've done. So we're going to start it out with third place. In third place, the Gangster. In second place, the Enforcer, Rick Blanchard. And Wrestler of the Year goes to Shakona. So we couldn't have had a more perfect top 3. And you could have put them in any order and I would not have argued with it. That's freaking great. It's freaking great that they got the votes, and it's great that they were the top 3. So that's your year-end awards. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back through and I'll just give you the winner of each one. So Shock of the Year, Shakona passes away. Ring Gear of the Year, Showtime Vernon Quinn. Stable of the Year, second to none. Match of the Year, Damage versus Shakona in the 60-minute Iron Man match. Manager of the Year, Mr. Yamashita. That man's wreaking havoc over there on Chaos, so I get it. Heel of the Year, Rick Blanchard. Face of the Year, Powerhouse. Feud of the Year, Damage versus Shakona. Tag Team of the Year, Purity Express. And the Wrestler of the Year, Shakona. So that, ladies and gentlemen, is your year-end awards. And yeah, that's where we're at right now. So I'm hoping everybody enjoyed the results. I'm hoping, everybody loved what we hear. I know some of you disagree with some of the results because not all you voted for those particular guys. So I get it. So, but with that being said, I'm going to end this feed here. I'm going to come back here in just a little bit. I'm hoping no more than 10-15 minutes, and we are going to do the Hall of Fame. I reached out to everybody about giving me a quote-unquote speech. I have one written up for Brandon Ace and Michael Carter. I have one written up for Shakona. I've got one written up for Duke Whiskey. I did not hear yet back from Kyle Young, so if we get one, we get one. If not, then we'll just announce him and we'll move on. And that's it. That's all I can do as far as that one goes. So the only reason why you'd be tuning in for the Hall of Fame ceremonies, honestly, is just to hear the speech that was wrote up for each guy. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, your year-end awards are complete. Congratulations to all the winners. Tomorrow we turn number 2. That's right, 2 years old. I'm going to take a moment to post on the boards here eventually the first ever show. And for those of you still new to the company or were not part of the company from the beginning, International Championship Wrestling was once known as Outlaw Championship Wrestling. It was based out of Texas. Duke Whiskey was the owner. The company ended up getting too big, and talking in character, we were only doing shows in Texas. We were Outlaw Championship Wrestling, like I said, and we had a very small roster. I mean, the roster was like 20 guys, 25 guys tops. And we ended up getting into 30, 40, 50. So I took that as a way of using the storyline that the company has grown. It's gotten bigger. It's moving up in the world to where now it's no longer a local company. It's going global. Well, Duke Whiskey was just a small run-of-the-mill type of promoter, so he had to sell out, and he sold out his business to Joey Falcone, who bought the company and took it international. So he dropped the Outlaw name, added the international name. So what I was going to do was drop the very first ever ICW show, but it's under the Outlaw Championship banner, and it's episode 1. And you guys can find that yourself if you just go to YouTube and put in Outlaw Championship Wrestling and then in parentheses write episode 1. You can see the first ever show that we ever did with this company, and that was going to be 2 years ago tomorrow. So, but now remember, we're going to do the Hall of Fame, and then we're going to come back with Tour of the Orient Endgame, and Tour of the Orient Endgame is going to be absolutely bonkers. And I'm going to back out of here, and I'm going to show you guys, because I have the card up, and it's ready to go. And then you guys know the 30 men in the Rumble. So here's your card. It's absolutely insane. Absolutely freaking insane. Alright. Eric Von Seiss, Dirty Dutch McCoy, and Smokey. Then you've got Alexander Quinn, The Dark Secret, and Jeremy Rhodes. And then it's Cody Church, Hunter Hawkins, the Midnight Freebirds versus Ziggy Price and Doris Brenner, the Jamaican Posse. And then Derek Sabin and Finch Masters, the Purity Express. And how fitting would it be if the Midnight Freebirds can win this when the other two are the only ones to get tag team votes? I mean, that should catapult them nicely. Then you've got the 30-man Rumble, and ladies and gentlemen, that is going to be Thomas O'Connor, Austin Wilde, Eli Cassidy, Killian McClary, Vernon Quinn, Braden Frost, Juggernaut J. Cruz, Chance Morgan, Mike Matthews, and King Dominator representing Inferno. Representing Chaos, Mike Massive, Rick Sharp, Alexander Anderson, Rip Shaw, Eddie Santana, Donnie Sexton, Butcher Bloodlust, Keith James, K.O. King, and Rick Blanchard. And representing Worldwide, Curtis Cage, John Savage, Bruiser Who, Jose Ortiz, Damage, Hangman, Feck, Lucius West, Bone Breaker, and Professor. And remember, the winner of this Rumble is going to get a title shot of their choosing across any of the shows. And if they go on to win that title, they become an official member of that roster. So it's whoever wins. If you don't want to leave the roster you're on, don't challenge for another show's belt. That's all I can say. And if you want to challenge for a tag title, you may, and that allows you to pick your own tag team partner. And then the main event. All the heavyweight champions, Tiger Khali, TNT, and the Gangster. Absolutely nuts. All these matches are one fall to the finish. There's no eliminations except for the 30-man Rumble. So you guys can sit back, relax, and enjoy these shows. Yeah, probably a glitch. So that is being said, ladies and gentlemen, I'll be back shortly with the Hall of Fame ceremony, if you will, and then we're going to get into Endgame, and I'm hoping to go live with Endgame no later than 2 p.m. Eastern Time. So I'm out of here. Later.